Hello, my name is Lauren. I read kind of a lot, and I thought I would start posting online, making this channel. Channel sounds like such a intense word. I thought I would just post maybe some silly little videos about what I'm reading and what I'm thinking about them. I thought I would start with the booktube newbie tag. That seems to be a very popular first video to make, just to introduce myself and, you know, see if I can find people with similar reading tastes to chat more about books with. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I don't have very many friends in real life who read, and my friends who read don't really read as much as I do. So I don't get to talk to them or talk to anybody about the books that I read very frequently. And I feel like that reflection after a book and kind of reviewing or talking about it is such a great way to like really internalize what you've read. Like when I don't do that, I'm like missing a step of reading the book. So I liked the idea of making videos and kind of processing my thoughts and feelings more about a book and hearing what other people potentially thought and felt about that book. The second question is, what are some fun, unique things you can bring to BookTube? I don't know about fun or unique, if I'm being honest. I tend to read from a lot of different genres, which I think is somewhat unique. And I am interested in reading more diversely from a lot of different perspectives, worldviews. I would like to read a book from every country. I'm kind of slowly making my way through that challenge. I also knit. That's a really big hobby of mine. I think it would be fun to post some videos about my knitting as well. There's got to be a larger intersection of people who read and who knit. I can't be the only people who do that. What are you most excited about? I think just interacting more with the community. Reading is such a solitary thing. I feel like a lot of my hobbies are such a solitary thing. And so being able to connect with people more, being able to feel that excitement about a book is really special. And I think that would be amazing. I also think learning to reflect more on a book, why I liked it, why I didn't like it, can help me better picking books in the future. And I want to become a better reviewer of books. Question 4. Why do you love reading? I love sharing stories. I love seeing new perspectives. These feel like things that everybody says about reading, which I guess is why we all love reading, so that makes sense. But yeah, learning new perspectives, learning new ways of life, feeling less lonely, knowing other people experience similar things to what I've experienced or have felt similar feelings to the way I have felt makes me feel less crazy. Question 5. What books got you into reading? I wouldn't say there's one book in particular that got me into reading. I read, a decent amount as a kid. Definitely the series of unfortunate events is one of the few that kind of stands out as something I was obsessed with as a kid. Same thing with Pippi Longstocking. I loved those books. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? My question would be on how they find the books that they want to read. I feel like a lot of the books that I decide to pick up are because of I see them posted on social media, on TikTok, on YouTube, and somebody said something about it made them feel a certain way. It had some elements in it and it intrigued me. But I'm curious about how other people find books, especially if you read like a blurb and you immediately are like, ooh, that intrigues me, or oh, that doesn't appeal to me. What about it in the blurb made you want to pick it up the book or not pick up the book? Question 7. What challenges will be the hardest with booktube? Definitely video editing. I have like zero skill in that arena, so that will be something for me to learn and explore, which is fun. I kind of do want to take more videos, take more pictures, just document a little bit more about my life. Also, filming regularly, I get nervous in front of a camera. I feel like I don't know how to act, so sitting down and recording videos is going to be tough for me. Question 8. When did you start reading? So like a lot of people, I read a lot as a kid. I kind of did the classic thing where like in high school and college, you read a lot less because you're so overwhelmed with schoolwork. But I kind of slowly picked it up again in college. I just felt like I didn't have a lot of entertainment in my life. A lot of the movies and TV shows that were coming out just weren't very appealing to me, and I wanted more. Really, I think one of the things that started it was like the Bridgerton novels. I watched the first season of Bridgerton and I wanted more, so I read the whole series over the course of, a couple months. And it kind of just got me more intrigued as I was becoming more and more disappointed with movies and TV shows, and I wanted more stories. Also, I felt like I was constantly looking at screens and I really wanted to cut down my screen time. I suffer from migraines pretty frequently, so cutting down my screen time is always going to be good for my head and good for my mental state as well. So getting outside and reading is something that really helps with that. Question 9. Where do you read? Every weekend I go to my local coffee shop and read for an hour or two there. So that's always a great way to just start your morning and feel like I got out of the house and I've done something already first thing. And they're a really cute, nice coffee shop. Other than that, I'll read anywhere, mostly on my couch or in bed before sleep, or my apartment building, there's a little swing right on the river, so I will sit on the swing and read outside. And lastly, question 10. What kinds of books do you read? So, yeah, I like to read from like all different genres. I will try any book, I feel like. Mostly what I do end up reading is literary fiction or contemporary fiction. Um, I read quite a bit of fantasy. At least lately, I've been picking up a lot more fantasy as I'm starting a lot of really long series. And not very much nonfiction, not poetry, too much, maybe like one or two books a year in that area, in that genre. But, and I've recently started reading a lot more translated fiction, and I want to continue doing that and continue reading around the world. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. I'm kind of excited to keep exploring this space, and I hope to see you in the next one.